Hey guys, it's Mrs. Buffkin. Today we are going to draw the Astoria Riverfront Trolley. A lot of you have probably seen it downtown on the Riverwalk. This is a picture of it. You can see it has some great colors on it. We have a dark red, cream colored, and then this stripe here and a little detail here is a dark green. All right, let's get started. I would recommend that you start drawing with a pencil because you can erase pencil. I'm going to start with a Sharpie because I want you to be able to see the drawing. All right, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put two fingers here and I'm going to make a dot and I'm going to do the same thing over here. That's going to help us get our beginning line. So follow the dot to the next dot and you'll get a nice line going across the bottom of your paper, just like that. Now find the center. Just eyeball it, just kind of look for the center. I think it's right about here. I'm going to draw a rectangle that's floating above that line. Just a little bit, just a small little rectangle. This is going to start the machinery part of the trolley. So next to that triangle, about as high as that, draw a circle. Leave a little bit of space. And draw another circle about the same size, just like that. Now move over to the other side, leave a space and draw a circle, and then do the same thing, leave some space and draw another circle. Inside each of those circles, draw a small square. Just like that. Now take and draw a line from one wheel to the other, connecting them. Kind of looks like a pair of glasses now. And do the same thing with the other set. We're going to make these look like glasses too. Just like that. Now take those lines and put a line in the middle. See how that kind of makes a rectangle shape? Put a line in the middle. Now we're going to add two lines to make it look like a triangle. One line here and one line here. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this side. From this corner to this corner, just like that. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw a little square that's coming off, the same size as this rectangle, and I'm going to do the same thing over here, just like that. Now take and connect that square to that square, just like so. So it kind of looks like you've got 1, 2, 3 squares in a row, 1, 2, 3 squares in a row. Now start from the corner of this rectangle and go down to your wheel. Do the same thing on the other side. And start from the bottom corner of the rectangle and go across. Just like that. Let's add another line in there too. Let's divide that in half, just like that. All right, so now we're going to go in about a finger and start a line. This line is going to come across and it's going to go just above this, just above this. So I'm going to start right about here. I'm going to try to make this as straight as I can, but you guys know my hands shake. And I'm going to go over to the other side. These lines don't come all the way to the end. We leave a gap, because that's the edge of the trolley. Now let's take and connect this, we'll call it our wheel assembly. Let's connect that. So let's put a line that connects our rectangle to the trolley, just like that. So two lines, one here and here. And then we'll do another line over here at the end. We'll connect that, just like that. Okay, the trolley also has some steps. So I'm going to make this a little bigger here. I'm going to put a smaller floating rectangle. It's not going to touch the trolley. It's just going to float there. Then I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. Put a little floating rectangle. Now I'm going to draw a line up. I'm going to make my line here a little longer from the middle, and I'm going to draw a line up. It should look like a step. Do the same thing over here. Draw it up, and that's our step. To give it a little more detail, I'm going to take this this rectangle here, and I'm going to divide it in half, just like that. Now it looks like 2 steps. I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here. And there we go. Okay, next we're going to make the sides of the trolley. So over here on the side, I'm going to draw a straight line up to about, I don't know where the paper is, probably the halfway mark. But I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I don't want one side to be bigger than the other, so just go right up to about the middle of the paper. Now on the end of the trolley, on this end and on this end, we have doors. So I'm going to make another line that goes up right next to it that's the same height. So I'm going to do that over here as well. So now I've got these lines sticking up. Let's go ahead and bring over a line across the top. So we're going to close that trolley car up. These lines don't exactly meet, so I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to bring them up a little and make them meet. So here's our basic shape. Let's add some detail to that. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw a line dividing the door in 2. So I'm going to do it there, and then I'm going to do it over here as well. Divide that in 2. And now I'm going to divide it again this way. So instead of 1 triangle, we have 4. Do the same thing over here. Now on this side, divide this rectangle again, just like that, and do the one right next to it as well. So we're going to make a T inside of each of those. Let's do the same to this one, just on this bottom one, because this door is a little bit different. This one doesn't have anything. It's a nice solid panel. Now over here, we're going to, inside this rectangle, we're going to make a 3-sided rectangle that's going to look kind of like a U shape. So we're going to come down and make this shape right here. But there's no top on it. We're going to leave the top off. We're going to do the same thing next to it. We're going to make that U shape without a top. And instead of doing a line straight across, we're going to put a curve up there. We'll do the same on this one. We're going to put a curve. So the tops of those windows are curved. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll make our U shape. We'll add a curve. We'll make our U shape. We'll add a curve. Great job. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and not the same height, but a little bit lower than the middle. We're going to come down and draw a line all the way across, just like that. Now we have 2 big rectangles right here. So let's divide that up. This is our center mark where we put that box, that first box that we drew. So we're going to come up from there, and I'm going to divide this top part in half. So now we have 2 rectangles. So now with this rectangle, I'm going to divide that one in half. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one over here. I'm going to divide that one in half. Now we have 4 windows. Well, we need more than 4 windows. So let's divide each of these in half. So I'll start with this one and I'll put a line that comes down and divide that one. One there, one there, and one there. Now look at all those great windows that we have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw those rectangles without a top, the U shape in each of these. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to make this shape in each of these windows. So go ahead and do that. It's kind of a squared U, so there's no curve yet. It's just a straight line, another straight line, and a straight line up, just like that. Okay, once you get all of those U shapes drawn, you can probably guess what the next step is. We're going to add our curves to the tops of each of those. So we'll do a curve here and here, and we'll just keep going all the way across. And then we'll have these beautiful arched windows that the trolley has. Your trolley is getting some great detail now. Okay, so the next part, we're going to bring up the height of the trolley a little bit. So I'm going to put a line right about here, and I'm going to do one over here as well. And now I'm going to join those 2 lines. Draw a nice straight line over just like that. Now the roof of the trolley is curved just a little bit. So we're going to put a curved line here and a curved line here. And then we're going to join the ends of those 2. Just like that. The Astoria trolley car used to run off of electricity that ran overhead when it was a trolley car in a past life. And so it has some of those bits left over. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow up from our rectangle that's in the middle down here. We're going to go up and off to the side a little bit. We're going to draw a tiny little box. And we're going to go up again to the other side and draw a tiny little box. And then we're going to come over right about here, and we're going to draw a little line that's about the same height as the box, maybe a little bit taller. We're going to do that on both sides. Then you're going to come up a little bit, like a little teeny tiny birthday candle on a cake on these boxes. And then you're going to draw a pole that stretches almost to the end of the trolley, but not quite. These 2 lines should meet, and then you're going to put a little ball on the end. That's where it used to get the electricity from the line. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to draw a little pole that goes not quite to the end. Make sure those 2 lines meet, and then we're going to draw a little ball on the end. So let's make this a little more specific to the Astoria Riverfront Trolley. The Astoria Riverfront Trolley has a little ladder access up here. So we're going to put 2 slanted lines at the top. And then we're going to put some lines going this way to show little steps. Then on this portion, which is the green part, we're going to write Astoria Riverfront Trolley. So to make sure it fits, I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to do my best handwriting, and it's in all capitals, so I'll go ahead and write that now. Astoria Riverfront Trolley. And then the next thing we need to do is, this is car 300. So right down here, I'm going to write 3 0, 0 for car 300. And there is our Astoria Riverfront Trolley. You guys did an amazing job. Have fun adding the color and enjoy. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.